Most people don't have an income problem. They have a money structure problem. Now, the average American household earning $100,000 a year still feels broke. Now, the question is why? It's because income without a plan equals chaos. So today, I'm going to share with you how to fix your money problems in 2026 and give you the 7 steps that every family needs. So let's dive in. I promise you, it's going to be a good one. Welcome back to the episode. If you're new here, my name is Jamil Frazier. I'm a former welfare kid who built a 9-figure business, became a millionaire, and an accredited investor by the age of 38. And now I teach families and entrepreneurs how to build wealth, create income, invest with confidence, and shift your financial future. If that's something that you love, you're in the right place. So let's talk about it. I'm going to give you 7 steps that's totally going to change your financial future in 2026. Step number 1, we have to know your numbers. Now, if I ask you, do you know how much you spent on groceries last month? Could you tell me? What about eating out? What about entertainment? How about health and beauty? How about how much did you spend on your travel? Clothing, accessories, subscriptions? Could you tell me? If not, then you're not alone. Bankrate has found that 65% of Americans don't even know how much they spent last month. 65%. So here's how we're going to fix that today. Number 1, I want you to pull the last 30 days of every single transaction that you've made, especially the ones on your credit card. Second, I want you to write down your total income, your total bills, your total debt, and total unnecessary spending. Third, categorize into 5 buckets. I want you to categorize into your needs, into your wants, into your debt, into your savings, and into your investing. And fourth, look at the patterns. Awareness equals control. Let's dive into step number 2. Now that we figured out how much you're actually spending, then we need to build your first $10,000 in savings. So here's the deal. 24% of Americans have 0 emergency savings, and 53% can't even handle a $1,000 emergency. And not that long ago, I didn't have an emergency savings at all. But then my first goal became to have enough cash to cover at least 3 months. Then I went to 6 months. Then I went to 9 months, then I went to 12 months, and right now I sit at 24 months of funds sitting in an emergency account in case something bad happens. Now, you don't need that much, but because I grew up on welfare, I'm very financially secure, but I'm also very financially insecure. So how do you build this savings account? How do you get to your first $10,000 in savings? Is first you got to open up what we call a high yield savings account. Now there's a lot of different accounts that are out there. So we use an account called Forbright, but you can use American Express. You can use Capital One. There's so many of them. And actually I'll link a video below because I did a video on the 6 best high yield savings accounts that you can use. Next, you want to automate your weekly transfers. So when that money hits your checking account, it has to immediately start going to other places. We want that on automation. Third, you want to add bonuses, refunds, and tax returns into the plan as well, so that number 4, we can build to $10,000 in savings faster and outpace what you even thought that you can do. That's how you have a peace of mind, and that's why we call it a rainy day fund. So step 3, I want you to really focus on paying off debt. Here's some stats that you may not have known, but credit card debt hit $1.34 trillion with the average interest rate at over 24%. That's absolutely crazy. So the truth is you can't out invest a 25% interest rate even when the market is at its best. So how do I know? Because I actually tried. I had to pay off about $100,000 of debt when I started my journey. It took me about 2 years to do. So how did I do it? Well, the first thing that I did was I listed all of my debts from the smallest to the largest. And then I started to attack the smallest debt with so much focus and attention that every extra dollar went towards it. And then I started to roll the payments into the next line item of debt once I paid that off. You want to continue this type of pace until all of the debt is paid off. And I want to caution you, listen, I just told you it took me about 2 years to pay off $100,000. So if you feel like it's taking too long, that is okay. Just stay focused, stay consistent, and stay intentional. Step number 4, we need to start investing every single week. What do I mean by that? So Vanguard found automated investors outperform manual investors 95% of the time because automation removes emotion. So this is really about habits. It's not about emotions. It's about automation, not manual work. And it's about focus and what you really care about. If you don't have any of those 3 things, you will not invest every single week. You just won't do it. So number 1, I opened up a Vanguard account and then I set up a brokerage account with these 2 ETFs. The first ETF is an ETF we call VOO, which is Vanguard's S&P 500 ETF. And then the next ETF is an ETF called VTSAX, which is Vanguard's Total Stock Market ETF. From there, all you do is just automate weekly contributions. Now, you pick out the number. It can be $50, it can be $100, it can be $500, it could be $5,000, it could be $20,000. It's really up to you. And then you want to slowly increase the amount that you invest after that debt is gone. Truth be told, how did I build to $1 million so fast in only 5.5 years? Is because every single dollar that I used to pay off debt, I then started to invest that over time. Step number 5, use tax strategies. This one is one that's often overlooked, but I will tell you your biggest expense right now is probably paying taxes. High income workers routinely overpay in taxes, and the IRS data really confirms it. So you don't want to evade taxes, but we damn sure want to avoid them. So one of the most important things that I've ever done is build a good tax strategy team. I'm talking about CPAs, business strategists, tax strategists. Now there's a world of difference between payroll taxes and income taxes. Payroll taxes, we can't really do much about. Like if you play the game right, you can get your federal taxes though, all the way down to 0. Yes, 0. So how do we do that? For W-2 earners, it is to make sure that you are maxing out your company's match. And you can also build something that we call an HSA account. And this is one of those silent accounts that really has a tremendous amount of upside that most people avoid. This is your health savings account. And then you want to start tracking any and all deductions. Now, if you're a business owner, it's even easier. And the way that you do that is really start separating your accounts. Do not merge what you're doing in your business with your personal. And then you want to track all expenses, write off legitimate business costs, and then start to use a SEP IRA or a solo 401k. This is how my wife and I really started scaling our reserves and our investments very, very, very quickly as business owners. Step number 6, build multiple income streams. This is probably my favorite one. So what the Census Bureau tells us is 40% of high income earners have more than one income stream. 40%. So I have 11 income streams between businesses I own, but I don't operate, businesses I own and operate, lending, royalties, rental income, dividend income, stocks, high yield savings accounts. So the question is, how do you build multiple streams? Well, let's talk about it. You got to pick a skill is the first thing. And then we need to really decide to become the best at that skill. Now that skill can be anything. It could be painting houses. It can be building a YouTube channel. It could be editing video. It can be writing books. It really doesn't matter. But pick a skill, decide to become the best at it, package that skill into a scalable offer. So now that we have that skill, now that we've decided to become the best at that skill, then naturally our income is going to raise. From there, we have to find different vehicles to now take a portion of that income, deposit that income into those vehicles so that we can start having that money make us money, and you don't have to make all the money yourself. So I talked about real estate is a vehicle. You can start lending that money so that you now start to get 8% returns, 10% returns. You can put that into the stock market. You can put that into buying businesses. You can put that into lots of different vehicles where you start to get another stream of income outside of your W-2 job or outside of your business. Now, I'm going to tell you a secret. This is where the rubber meets the road. You want to spend your daytime hours trading your skills for dollars and your nighttime hours seeing how you can get those dollars to accelerate without you working. Step number 7 is we got to have protection, and you got to protect you and your family. Now, if you build it, then we need to protect it. So how do we do that? Well, we do that through different insurances. So we have term insurance, we have whole life insurance, we have IULs. When we're first starting out, term insurance is something that I made sure to protect myself and my family. And then we want to make sure that we establish a will and a trust. We want to make sure that all of your beneficiaries are completely updated on all of your different accounts. Make sure that all of your documents are organized so that if something did happen to you, then it's going to be easy for those that love you to access. And we definitely want to start trending to building a simple estate plan. By doing all of these steps, then we make sure that we build a financial fortress around you and your family, and we protect you. So there you have it, my friends. Short and sweet for this episode, but these are the 7 steps that's really going to put you on a path to dominate 2026. And you should now be well on your way to fixing your money as we close out 2025 and move into a whole new year in all of 2026. And if this episode has opened your eyes at all and you want to learn more about how to make your money grow automatically, go grab a seat in my 1 Day to Wealth free investing class where I'll show you exactly how to invest step by step, even if you're starting from zero. So until the next time we hang out, no lazy money. I'll see you soon.